love red beans and rice. Hey y'all, welcome to today's video. So it is officially 2025. It is my first video of the new year, and I just wanted to take a little bit of time to sit down, update you guys on what's going on in my life. Just sit down and play with some makeup. So if you like this video while you're watching it, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, do all the things, and let's get into today's video. Welcome to 2025, guys. I am so excited to still be here. I'm excited just to be able to sit down and chit chat with you guys. We're just gonna play with some new makeup today. I'm gonna try to talk to you guys and give you guys a little bit of update on what's been going on with my life the last couple weeks. I figured we were just gonna sit down and talk and start the new year off with a good old chit chat. You always try to go into the new year being like super optimistic, and it fails for a lot of people. I think that's one of the reasons why I've never been one of those people who will create like a New Year's resolution. It's because I know me, and I know I'm not going to do it, and that's all there is to it. So my outlook for 2025 is to be easier on myself. In today's video, we are going to be playing with a mixture of some new makeup, some old makeup. This is actually the third video that I've tried to upload in the last 3 weeks, and I've hit a snag every single time. So whatever I don't mention in today's video, I'm of course going to put it down in the description box below. Let's just get right into it. The first thing that we are going to do before we get into the makeup is I am going to prep the skin, and I am having a little bit of dryness today. We are currently having a winter storm warning outside. We have a crazy amount of snow that has already fallen today, so I figured today would have been a perfect day to sit in, film a little cozy video with you guys, and just talk. I have since transitioned into new skincare, and I finally was able to figure out what was breaking me out, and I was able to cut that out in my routine. But I have been using this Bow Glow, and it is by Dr. Whitney Bow. This moisturizer came free whenever I purchased the new BK Beauty Complexion Trio brush set. This is like a little travel size, and I have been really liking this. It is nothing special. It really doesn't have a scent, which is nice. You can see what that consistency looks like. I do feel like this is like a really good, like lightweight moisturizer that if you are someone like me who has sensitive skin, can probably use this like in the morning and at night and still feel like it's doing something for your skin. I do think that this does dry down pretty well. I mainly put it here and like around the mouth where I really get like my dry spots, and I think it does a really good at combating that dryness during the day. Obviously still using this, so I don't have 100% full thoughts on this, but when I get there I will let you guys know. I'm going to be going in with a new eyeshadow palette today, which we are going to go in first, and this is the ColourPop Precious Metals palette. This is one of their large 30 pan palettes. You get a pretty good mix of some warm and some neutral tones in there, and I have heard nothing but good things about this, so I'm super excited to dive into it. This is actually the largest ColourPop palette that I own, and for good reason, because they take up a lot of space, but how beautiful is that? The first thing I'm going to do to get this going is we're going to set the lids, and I'm going to go in with the Rare Beauty eyeshadow primer. I am really wanting to do like a bronzy tone today, which is why I ended up wearing like this dark burgundy sweatshirt. It came from Target. It actually says wine night on it, and then it also says that down the side of the pants. It is a really cute like loungewear, but I don't think you can get it anymore. If I can, I will link it down below for you guys. And of course blended that out using my BK A506 concealer brush. So the first thing I wanted to do is give you guys a little bit of an update on what's been going on with my health. I started having headaches out of nowhere. It was mainly on the right side of my head and in my neck. Now, I have had issues with my neck ever since we found out I had the cancer, because the cancer had already spread all the way down my spine from my lumbar vertebrae to my bones in my neck. I started having headaches and it really felt different. I've never experienced nothing like that before, and long story short, they were able to get me in. I had an emergency MRI the Sunday before Christmas, and the following Monday we found out that my cancer has spread to my brain. So currently right now I am going through treatment. The plan is 15 rounds of radiation. I have a round a day every day for 3 weeks. And then once that first initial dose is done, I will have a follow-up MRI. We will see how the radiation has killed the cancer, and if for whatever reason it's not went in and killed that cancer, they can actually go in and do pinpoint radiation and, like it says, really pinpoint those spots where I have the cancer at. The cancer is kind of all around the meningines of the head, and then I have a spot about this big is sitting right here on the back of my neck that was causing me to have the headaches and the swelling. So I'm currently on steroids. I'm going through radiation. Hopefully this radiation kills what's ever in there. As of right now, my course of treatment has not really changed. Obviously, after we have the first MRI and see how radiation has kind of killed this cancer, maybe we might move into a new course of treatment, but that has really not been discussed yet. Since I'm going to do a little bit of a more dark bronzy tone today, I think I'm going to pop in with this shade right here called Invest in Me. And I'm focusing this right in that very top portion of the crease. I will say, so far, this palette is definitely better than the last ColourPop palette that I got. I really stopped buying ColourPop palettes because I feel like their quality is so hit or miss. But I did purchase the Frosty the Snowman and ended up returning it because it's, in my opinion, that's probably one of the worst ColourPop palettes I've ever owned. But I have heard that these large palettes from them are so nice. There are like quite a few that I really like, but they are pretty big, so they're harder to store. These two shades already just blended out beautifully. I don't do looks like this very much, just because I'm not like super in love with like bronzy tones, but I feel like whenever I have like those bronzy oranges on my eyes, I just feel like it makes the blue eyes pop so beautifully. Now I'm definitely wanting to deepen this look up a little bit, so we are going to go in with the shade Lucky One right there. It's almost a burnt reddish brown shade, and I'm just using this on a small Alter Ego number 6 brush. I am like really loving these makeup brushes. Wow. That shade went on so nice. I am using more of a packer brush because I'm really just wanting to deepen this outer corner. I did get 2 new palettes for Christmas. I got the new, well, new to me, the Roxa Natasha Denona palette, the purple one. And then I also got the Fatally Yours 2 Bailey Sarian collection from Melt Cosmetics. So if you guys want to see those in a video, please let me know. I am really looking forward to jumping into that Melt palette because I just really like those red tones that she did. What other makeup did you guys get for Christmas? I want to know. I am in the process of redoing the background for my videos, which is why my background looks a little bit different today. I got some new makeup and I kind of wanted to like display my little bit higher end makeup in my videos. So hopefully my Amazon order comes today, because I did order the organizer from Amazon. And it's just really nice, cozy, and snowy outside, so I'm hoping it still gets delivered so I can do a little bit of organizing when it gets here. These shades are so pretty. I did get my nails done yesterday too. I finally got the green Christmas trees off there, and now I went with like a nice like chili pepper red. Normally I don't get reds like this. I usually get like a deeper like blood wine red, but I don't know what it was. I just really wanted some bright red nails this week. So I'm torn on two of the shimmer shades. We have these two that are popping out. We have the shade right there called So Extra, and then the shade right next to it called Minding Mine. Now, one of these is a little more red tone, one of these is a little more orange tone. And I'm kind of thinking with the burgundy and a little bit of the orange, I think we're going to go in with the shade Minding Mine right there. I'm going to apply this with the finger. Wow. This is absolutely beautiful. It is a quiet day home today. So we live in Louisville, and the company that my husband works for, they do snow removal for UPS. So anytime that it snows, they have to have people out there on their runways keeping those cleared off. So usually anytime we get a significant amount of snow or a chance of snow, he always gets called into work, which really sucks because I really like the days where it's just cold and snowy and we can just sit on the couch and snuggle and watch movies. And yeah, I feel like with that part of the job we can't really do that, but you know, it is what it is. The plan is to make red beans and rice tonight, which is one of my comfort foods when it is cold outside. I love red beans and rice. What is your all's go-to like comfort food, like when it is just cold and snowy and you just want something that makes you feel good? Let me know down below. I really didn't have a lot of fallout with that shade, which was really nice. That lid just went on so nicely. And that is all we're going to do with the eyes for now. Now we're going to jump into complexion. Well, I did get a new foundation, but I totally forgot that I had gotten this Huda Beauty Easy Blur. This is their natural airbrush foundation. I have not used this yet. I've only swatched it. I'm going to be using the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. As you guys know, this is my favorite primer, and because I know how this wears, this is always my go-to primer whenever I'm wanting to use a new foundation, because I know exactly how this wears. Is there any movies, TV shows, whatever that you guys are watching right now? Let me know. We started watching Lioness on Paramount Plus. It is created by the same guy who did Yellowstone, which we have not watched, but we did just finish the first season of Lioness and it was okay. It does have a military theme to it, so if that's something that you're not really into, you might not like it. Most of the time I'm not really into things like that when it comes to like military army movies, but it has a really great cast of characters. It's got Nicole Kidman, Morgan Freeman, Zoe Saldana, and I just think they are all work like great together. I think there is only one more season on Paramount Plus. So I got this new little glass palette. I don't know why. Some people might think this is so unnecessary, but I had this little aluminum little palette here that I was using, but I really just like the look of the glass better. I don't know why. I know that is bougie and so unnecessary, but you know what? I like what I like. Okay, so I didn't really remember what consistency this was. So there is that. It is a little bit of a wetter consistency. I did get this in the shade Cashew 140G. Now, I did just purchase the new Core Complexion set from BK Beauty. It came with 3 new brushes. Now, you guys know that my favorite foundation brush was the 106. Well, now they have the 116 that came out, and it's just a little bit smaller, which I'm absolutely obsessed with, because I feel like if you're someone like me who has smaller petite features, these smaller brushes are just so much nicer. So I'm going to dip my brush right into the product and start to blend. I want to say I used this foundation whenever I first got it, and then I hadn't used it since, but I remember really liking it. This does have a slight scent to it. I can't really place it though. It doesn't smell florally in any way. It almost has more of a chemical scent to it. I do think this is a really good shade match. Alright, so there is the right half blended out with the foundation. It is definitely a good shade match. It doesn't feel super tacky. This is about what's left over, so we're going to go ahead and dab into that and work on the rest of the face. It's not going to be enough. I went in with just the tiniest of the drop. Blend this out. I am just so obsessed with this foundation brush. I am so happy that BK Beauty is coming out with some little bit smaller brushes, because I feel like I've loved their brushes for so long, but some of them are just so massive for my face. But they have really been coming out with some new ones and killing it. I mean, Lisa J is just phenomenal. Alright, so I think we are good. It's nice and blended. Like I said, it does feel like it dries down pretty quickly, which I love. And so far, I'm not really doing good with trying to talk to you guys about stuff other than makeup. So I apologize. I just can't help it. I'm just not one of those people that can just sit and talk and not think about what I'm doing. This definitely has a little bit of a more natural dewy finish. I definitely wouldn't say it is too oily or too greasy. I'll zoom you guys in just a little bit so you can see that. The shade match was spot on. So for bronzer contour, this is new to me. This is the Too Faced Melting Bronzing and Sculpting Stick in the shade Chocolate Mousse. Here's what that looks like. And it, of course, smells just like chocolate. Like, so good. I'm going to rewind just a little bit because I totally forgot that I had this out and I wanted to try it. So I got this little trio from Kaja that came with a little dewy blush balm, lip gloss, and then it also came with like their bento eyeshadow duo. But I really wanted to use this lip oil to kind of hydrate the lips a little bit. It's their Rose Hip Spritz Juicy Glass Oil. This is one of their jumbo sizes. Got a huge doe foot applicator. It smells like a candy. Smells so good. Okay, yeah, and it did not take much either. It feels okay. It doesn't really feel like super sticky or thick. I feel like it's just a nice hydrating lip oil, something that you can leave sit on your lips while you're doing the rest of the makeup. It is starting to have like this little minty feeling to it. It doesn't really burn, it just feels almost like a Burt's Beeswax type chapstick. Now we're going to go in with the bronzer contour, and I'm going to be using the 106. Since that 116 is out now, this has become like my favorite bronzer contour brush, and rather than just putting this on my face, I'm just going to take the tip of the brush and dab right into that product and then apply to the face. Start up there, bring that down here, and blend that out. This stuff smells so good, which reminds me, I told my husband that I was gonna make brownies today. So after we get done with this video, your girl will be making some brownies. I know when that first went on, it looked like it went on like pretty like thick and dark, but it really shears out so nicely. And I was a little worried that it was going to be a little bit too orange, but honestly, I think it is like the perfect shade. I'm just barely dipping back into that since we've already got most of the forehead done, and we're going to apply a little bit more of that just along the cheeks and the other side of the temple. Whenever I'm blending this out, it smells like Tootsie Rolls. How many of y'all out there like Tootsie Rolls? Let me know down below. Alright, wow, I am so happy with how this complexion looks right now. I was a little bit worried I had too much bronzer on the forehead, but I think once we get the blush blended out and get a little bit of powder on the face, I think this is going to actually look really beautiful. Now we're going to go in with the blush, and we are going to be using this Kaja. This is their Dewy bar, and this is in the shade Grapefruit Gelato. It comes in this little package that you twist. And to blend that out, I'm going to be using the BK 115. This is also one of the newer brushes. They do also have a smaller version of this called the 109, but I feel like this brush is just a little bit denser and works great for cream and balmy blushes. Take my brush and I'm going to dip into the product, and there is quite a bit on that, so I'm going to diffuse this a little bit on the back of the hand. And there's what that shade looks like. I really like this shade. Doesn't have much of a scent to it. It kind of smells like makeup. But the shade is beautiful. It almost looks like you just went outside in the snow and got a little bit of that frostbite on your cheeks. Oh, that is beautiful. Rather than sticking back down in the product, I'm going to test, and I'm going to take some of this that I had on the back of the hand. And then apply it. Yeah, that's definitely all it needed. So this does sheer out to be a nice wash of color, but it doesn't need a lot, that is for sure. I'm just going to bring that over the bridge of the nose just to make it look a little more natural. I think the complexion looks so beautiful right now. I feel in the face right now, it actually feels pretty set down. I don't feel like I'm getting makeup anywhere. I don't feel greasy or wet, which is really, really nice. All of these products really went on great without being overly hydrating or super dewy, because I don't love a super dewy finish because I don't like how I start to look oily throughout the day. I am going to go in and set the face just a little bit though, and we're going to go in with the Kosas. This is their Cloud Set powder in the shade Airy, one of my favorite pressed powders. The only problem is I have more trouble opening this package than I do any other packaging in my makeup collection, and I always end up getting a nail print in it, and it drives me bonkers. So the brush that I'm going to be using is from Anissa Beauty. This is their tapered highlight brush, and I really like this to just go in and set the whole face. I don't really use this for highlighter because I think it's just too big for my preference. And I'm just going to go in and just set the entire face. Yeah, that just went in and gave it that nice natural feeling that it needed. Moved you guys in a little bit. Now we're going to go in and we are going to finish off the eyes. I'm going to use this Alter Ego pencil brush, and we're going to pop in to that Lucky One shade, which is that dark shade that I used on that outer corner. And I'm going to line that right underneath that lower lash line. And I'm not dipping in again. I'm going to take what's left over and just put it underneath that other eye, and then we're going to blend both of these out. Just a clean, fluffy brush. And I'm blending that in there. That is perfect. And honestly, I think that's all I needed. Now I'm going to take another pencil brush, and we're going to pop into this shade right here called Priceless, and we're going to put that on the inner corner. Oh yeah, that is beautiful. I do have a little bit of fallout. I'm going to just take this fluffy brush and kind of sweep some of that away up here. There we go, much better. Now we're going to go in with the eyeliner, and this is going to be the second time I've used this, and I am completely obsessed with these eyeliners. This is the Fenty Beauty Flypencil Longwear Pencil Eyeliner in the shade Puppy Eyes. And this is just a beautiful bronzy brown shade. Man, when I tell you, I could not believe like how well this applied the first time I used it. I am just completely obsessed with these, and I want them in all of the shades now. Look how well that went on and how vibrant and creamy that is. I did order the red one because I am going to be using it whenever I use the new Milk Cosmetics palette, but I cannot wait to see the red in person. I am literally going to buy every single one of these. Now we're going to go in with setting spray, and I do have a new setting spray. This is the Lys Natural Finish Skin Loyalty Setting Spray. This doesn't really have much of a scent, which I do enjoy. It does have a really nice sprayer, and I feel like it just gives the skin that little bit of a natural finish that it needed. Now we're going to go in with mascara, and I just grabbed one that I've been using in there. This is the Caliray Come Hell or High Water Mascara. I do feel like this mascara does have a little bit more of a wetter formula. I also like the wand on this. I am still like not good at putting on mascara. I feel like it still takes me a while and I have to go like really slow because I don't know how people do it and not get mascara all over their eyelids. I've also tried curling my lashes too, and it is always like pinching me, and that's just something else I am not good at, is curling my own lashes. Last but not least, now we're going to go in with the lips, and I do have this new, this is the Mora Lip Appeal Waterproof Lip Liner, and this is in the shade Dolly. It is just a pinky nude brown. I did order this off Amazon. Before I apply that though, I am going to take this paper towel and clean off a little bit of that lip oil that we had on there. Y'all, it is still so hard for me to do lip liner and not cause myself to have neck cramps. I'm going to have to use a handheld mirror for this. My hands are shaking so bad. This is one of the lip liner shades that I love the most out of the ones I own. I wouldn't say it's so much of my lips but better, but it is just a little bit darker than my natural lips, which really helps like give it some definition because I do have pretty tiny thin lips. Then we are going to top this with the Fenty Beauty High Shine Gloss in the shade Is It Fussy. There is what that shade looks like. That smells so good and fruity. Yeah, it smells like a Jolly Rancher. I think these two were a perfect match. Alright you guys, so that is it for today's look. I am extremely happy with how everything turned out today. I don't think I had a single dud in the video today. The complexion I think is absolutely stunning. I think these three are a game changer and really just gives my skin that natural look without me looking too overly greasy and oily, and it is not wet at all, which I am just super ecstatic about. The eyeshadow, lovely. I think this is a beautiful palette from ColourPop. I highly recommend. The eyeliner, this is probably my favorite eyeliner formula on the entire market. Like I said, I'm probably gonna buy every single one of these. And this lippy I think is beautiful. I was expecting it to be a little too dark for me, but honestly this is really like how I would like my lips to look. They're not super greasy. It's not a thick formula, and I don't feel like it's moving everywhere or getting on my teeth, so I don't feel self-conscious when I start to open my mouth and talk that I'm gonna get lipstick on my teeth. And then definitely want to shout out this chocolate mousse sculpting bronzer from Too Faced. I absolutely love this. I want to say this is probably my favorite of my contour sticks that I own. I need to figure out if they have these in blush formula, because if they do, I'm gonna have to get me some. So that's it for today's video. Let me know down below what you guys think, and I will see you next time. Bye.